While many are fearful of the horrors of the future, Roger Corman is busy making movies about them.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back to the movies. Roger Corman and his New World Pictures release another in a series of never-ending horror exploitation films. The name Roger Corman is almost synonymous with low budget and new talent. He's given so many actors and directors their first break, you could say there's a Roger Corman school of filmmaking. Corman became known as the king of the B-movies by churning out such lurid extravaganzas as Wasp Woman, It Conquered the World, and Attack of the Crab Monsters.
Let's try and blast it, Hank.
Attack of the Crab Monsters, to look at the moment, is a little bit embarrassing for me because the extreme low budget and the 10-day shooting schedule show, and it's clearly not a particularly good film. The main thing I remember about it, other than that, is the fact that it was extraordinarily successful. And I think the success was due partially to the insane title and partially to the concept. And the structure of the script was such that you were led from one climax to another, and the picture never stops.
Today, at the helm of his own New World Pictures, Corman is continuing his formula for success.
The first rule in making films for me is the idea. The budget is simply a factor in an equation in which the money that goes in is my own money. My money is limited, so the budget must be considered in relation to the idea. But the excitement of the idea is always number one in our films.
Studios, Corman is investing in special effects, but one way he keeps the budget down is using new and unproven talent both in front of and behind the camera. Julia Gibson, head of the studios, comments,
New World, of course, is known for giving young people a chance, and people who have done various things with production or maybe been to film school, and letting them do things that other houses wouldn't allow people to do.
The Roger Corman School of Filmmaking has had such illustrious graduates as Jack Nicholson, Martin Scorsese, Peter Bogdanovich, and director Francis Coppola.
Francis Coppola came with me straight out of the UCLA Film School. I had bought a Russian science fiction film, and I was looking for somebody to re-edit that film. I contacted the UCLA Film School. They sent over some of their, what they considered to be their most promising senior students. I interviewed a number of them and simply felt that Francis was the most talented. And we worked together on some other projects, and then he moved on to the majors. That is kind of a typical story.
Robert Towne, screenwriter of Shampoo and Chinatown, recalls the first script he did for Corman.
It was about fraternities and Hell Week. You know, Roger would do these, he says, this is the title, Fraternity Hell Week. Oh. So then, you know, do whatever you want, and they'll pay you $5.95 to do it. And they'll shoot it in a week. In those days, Roger would shoot anything.
Today, however, Corman is a bit more selective about hiring new talent.
It is more difficult for him to get to me because we have a distribution network around the country. We must have somewhat bigger films in order simply to pay for the overhead. Now, when the budget goes up, I am somewhat less inclined to gamble with the new talent. However, we have 3 new directors that I think are very good. First, Bruce Clark, who did Mind Warp, Howard Cohn, who did Saturday the 14th, Alan Holtzman, who will do Mutant.
One of us will come right down.
Okay. Holtzman, who started out as an editor for Corman, recalls how he got his directorial break.
He came to me, and there was this spaceship set that he was shooting on. He was making Galaxy of Terror. and the set was to be free on a Sunday, and they were going to destroy it on a Monday, and they were filming up until then. And he came to me on a Tuesday and said, "Alan, do you want to direct a movie?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Well, if you can write and direct and put together a 7 to 8 minute opening of a space movie that can go anywhere, the movie's yours." And I said, "Okay."
Graduates of Corman's School of Filmmaking may learn many things, the most important being how to scare the audience.
In terms of the terror, Roger is 100% dogmatic and, sold on terror. I mean, we went to him, and I'm sure he's heard these pleas from many people before, but Roger, can't we, no, we've got to, we have, 9 people here and we're going to kill 7 of them. So the man is totally devoted to cataclysmic things happening before his eyes. And the challenge then becomes to do that in an exciting and different way. So the question is not do we kill, but how do we kill?
Stay back! Stay back!
Had enough B-movie action? Well, here's one to end it all.